Hi guys, my name is Dawood Jabessa, and today I'll be doing a Teach 1 assignment for my HAP360 project planning assignment. And so to start off with the purpose of this Teach 1 assignment is to understand the utilization of Gantt charts to improve the task management for an electronic health records or EHR. And so the software I've used is because I've taken an IT 343 class before, which taught us how to use project management. We usually utilized ProjectLibre for Mac or MS Project for Windows, and so I'll be utilizing ProjectLibre for Mac in order to be doing this implementation of a Gantt chart. And so to start off with, I will be opening ProjectLibre. So you can see this is ProjectLibre. It is loading. The first thing it asks you is to create a project. You create a project. We'll name this project HAP360-implementation. Manager's me, I guess, because I'm doing this at the moment. So this is what ProjectLibre looks like. Okay, so the next thing we look at is the schedule. The schedule is broken down into multiple high-level tasks. We have patient information management, clinical information system, laboratory system, and pharmacy system. And each of them have subtasks. And so what I ended up choosing was the patient information management, which has all these different subtasks. These subtasks include admission, discharge, and transfer, patient registration, enterprise master patient index, patient scheduling, and each of them have configuration and training days, as well as predecessors, which I will get into later on in this video. So basically the first thing we do is we write patient information management. I'm just gonna literally copy paste this name, patient information management. Okay, and then within that we have admission, discharge, and transfer. We can copy paste this as well. So as you can see here, we have, it's telling us this both patient information management and admission discharge are the same, which are not. As we have discussed before, these are subtasks A, B, C, and D, and so it would require us to go to tasks and indent it. Okay. And then it says requires configuration subtask B. Configuration lasts 30 days, training lasts 5 days. So from this, we can take away that we need configuration and training. But we'll get into what subtask required configuration subtask B means later on. So what we need is configuration and training, which we'll add here, config and train. Okay, and these both have to be indented because they are part of admission and discharge. Then we have patient registration, which has the same thing of training days and configuration. So we do the same thing, or we can copy this patient registration. We need to outdent it because it's a subtask of patient information, not a subtask of admission. And then we'll add config and training here as well. Then we indent these two. So we have patient registration, which also has configuration and training. Next thing we do is enterprise master patient index, which has configuration only, it doesn't have training. So we do enterprise master index, and we outdent it because it's its own subtask, and we have train for this one, and we need to indent this. Okay, lastly we have patient scheduling. which has own configuration and training. So we'll do this patient scheduling. We will outdent it because it's its own subtask. And what we'll do is we'll add configuration and training for that as well. And we will indent it because it's its own subtask. And so now going back, what we need to adjust is the days, the duration. As you can see, the admission, discharge, and transfer configuration has 30 days and training has 5 days. So here we have 30 days and here we have 5 days. Patient registration has configuration 3 days and training 5 days. So configuration for this will be 3 days and this becomes 5 days. Enterprise Master only has configuration, which is 3 days. So this becomes 3 days. So you can notice the question marks start to disappear. There's still a question mark up here because we haven't yet finished up with the patient scheduling days and durations. And as you can see, patient scheduling has configuration the last 10 days and training the last 5 days. So configuration is 10 days and this is 5 days. So now, as you can see, the question marks are gone, which means everything is done. Now going back, the one thing that I said I'll explain is the predecessors. Basically, when it says require configurations in subtask B, this means that it requires that patient registration task to take place before administration, discharge, and transfer take place. So basically, task B needs to happen before task A takes place. And for task B to take place, task C, or Enterprise Master Patient Index, needs to happen before task B. And so what we do is, so you can see admission, discharge, and transfer is task B. So here, as you can see, we have predecessors. So we just need admissions. So patient, as you can see, patient, this needs to happen before this happens. So you put this number in here, which is 5, right? And then, as you can see, it readjusts it here. And then patient registration can only happen if Enterprise Master happens first. So Enterprise Master is 8, you put that back. And Enterprise Master doesn't have one, but looking at patient scheduling, task B again needs to happen. So patient scheduling will have the number again 5. So you can see here now, the Gantt chart has readjusted based on the predecessors. And this is what the Gantt chart looks like. And so basically, that's what it looks like. To finish off with introspect, basically what I've taken away is that it is a fundamental tool to use Gantt charts as a project management or a project manager, because it allows you to be able to easily plan out tasks and make the necessary adjustments depending on how events play out. It allows you to create efficient projects based on set time and date, and this allows you to make the necessary adjustments in case anything was to come up, and it will allow you to be able to analyze time frames and set up tasks and make necessary changes whenever it's necessary. And that's my takeaway. And so thank you for listening to my video. I hope you've enjoyed it.